Sunday off. Um, we all just agreed, we've seen Boston. We'll just go at the hotel for the night, and and that was it. Boring, but it was still nice to walk around Boston a little bit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Boston.
Boston. So that's cool.
Socks, dude.
I think what has happened on this stream is the audio wasn't playing for most of that time.
good.
So, but that was only 13 minutes. No big deal.
Cool.
Caught it in
For
time for
every-
most of the episode.
All of the 100 users or 100 viewers.
A couple hundred. But they don't view it on Twitch. They just download the podcast.
Just get the
Papa.
podcast.
It's so much easier when the website just has the RSS feed and it pulls it automatically every time I
Oh, yeah.
upload it. Whew. Oh, we also have a website, idkdand.com, for that
Ooh.
podcast. It's pretty simple. I
I'd
don't have
say-
Dave's picture
Say
on there
that
yet.
again, but slower.
IDK, that stands for I don't know. D&D.com.
The and symbol.
No, D and, because you can't do an ampersand in the middle of a domain name. At least with the provider I buy from.
This is a porn website, Mark.
Hey!
Hey, you figured it out.
That would be super silly. Like if it one letter off. Well, look at that. It
I
looks
also
good.
bought idkdnd.com, but
Yeah,
I couldn't
yeah,
get
yeah. Just for the
DND on
phonetics of it.
anything else like Instagram or whatever, so I just switched it. I could get D and D.
I like
Not
how
bad.
AJ's in there is just player.
Yeah, what do you mean? Oh, because he didn't have a name. He wasn't on it yet.
Oh.
I could probably pull Mr. Knockna off if he never joins again.
Aw. Man, is someone bitter about that?
We'll
Dave?
see.
Can you sense any bitterness?
I don't know what you mean. No, not at all. No,
No.
Mhm.
no.
Bum, bum,
Found a broken link.
bum. What's a broken link?
Broken link.
To the Instagram page.
Oh, cool.
Ooh, it sounded like the little goblin who says "ready to brew."
Ready to brew.
See,
Ready
look at
to
that! What the
brew.
heck, you guys?
Ready to
When
brew.
I do it, I just sound like me.
Ready to brew. Ready to brew.
Are you ready, Cody, for this game?
Yeah, I've
Cody
been
is ready.
I was born for this.
Cody was born ready to brew.
Are you going to say your questions now? Or
Oh, I couldn't hear the music. Sorry, I thought it's okay.
how about now?
There we go. I'm
Sexy.
so ready for this.
Boom,
Dave,
boom, boom, boom,
Hit me.
boom,
question
boom,
number
boom, boom.
one. What online retailer has announced plans to open its own grocery store in 2020?
I'm gonna go with Amazon.
You are correct.
That's right.
Number two. What social media platform will be testing out hiding likes starting this week?
That is Instagram.
What the heck?
That's
Number two.
right.
Number three. T-Mobile claims they'll give away free what to 10 million homes if the Sprint merger goes through? What will
Hmm,
they give away for free to 10 million homes?
Nothing.
Oh, that would be funny.
that
Like,
would-
surprise, the trick question.
Free air. Free Wi-Fi routers.
Ooh, close. Free internet to 10 million homes.
Oh.
No. Damn. No.
Yeah, and then I think it's kind of cruel because they also said that if the merger goes through, they'll give all first responders free 5G for the next 10 years, but that's only if the merger goes through.
Jeez.
Otherwise, screw you.
Well, like
Otherwise,
6
too
times
bad.
the charm, so they've been trying to do this forever.
Yeah, this
Yes.
is going on for a while.
Number 4,
Whoa.
and your
What?
last question.
Yes.
Cineverse brought back online a server which caused 168,000 what to get unstuck from Valentine's Day and finally send. So it's really worded weird, but you should know.
Oh. Yeah, wasn't it? It was text messages, right?
Yeah, baby.
I heard about that. I didn't know it was Cinetext. I don't know what the hell Cinetext is, but I heard something about
Cineverse, yeah. it's a
Cinever, whatever the
company.
hell that is.
Yeah, they apparently had a server crash on Valentine's Day of 2019, which led to 168,000 text messages. At least that's the low end of the estimate.
Yeah.
Getting stuck. They got unstuck on November 4th. So a lot of people got some really weird texts and images and pictures and stuff that they probably shouldn't have received nearly a year later from people they were broken up with.
That's hilarious, actually.
Mark.
Oh, wait,
you
I have to
ready?
stop the music.
Mark is ready to brew.
Okay.
Ready to brew.
There we go.
Hey,
Okay, Mark, for your first question, what new streaming service launched today with many users receiving the dreaded unable to connect error?
What streaming service? Was it Disney's?
It
News.
was. Good
That's
job,
right.
Disney Plus.
That was
Disney
loud.
Plus.
Number 2, Minecraft Earth is officially available in early access on what platform?
I don't know anything about Minecraft, so
I know, these were not
let's
your
say
question.
PC.
Ooh, mobile.
No,
It is a Minecraft game.
my son was playing it today.
Oh, look at
I
that.
hate
Dave, you're
it.
just on this.
See?
Number 3, what web browser developer has announced plans to give websites that load slowly a badge of shame, which will be seen by all?
I actually like that.
I don't know the answer. I guess I'll just say Chrome.
Good job. Google Chrome will be
That's
looking at
right.
websites and giving them a grade, and then if they load slowly, you'll receive a notification before visiting the website that it will load slowly
There was
for
a
you.
time that I gave out badges of shame.
I know, and I'm
At
so
work.
glad you got that. But I remember coming across the template in our shared storage. I'm like, what the heck is this?
Because people would not change their phone status when they were not available, and then they'd be pissy that, why are you calling me? Or reception couldn't get through and they weren't there at their desk all day long, but they didn't change it. So I gave them a badge of shame when they they refused to change it.
Too bad.
Number 4.
Number 4, what car manufacturer has plans of assisting plant life growth by making their electric cars hum at a certain frequency?
I don't know. Toyota.
Good job. Look at you.
That's right.
Their plan is to basically re-enable a bunch of plant life growth throughout the world by
weird.
making these vehicles hum a certain way. So that'll be cool. It'll be like hum 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 hum, hum like as it's driving by.
You
It
see
will be
plants
just like that.
sprouting up.
We do have one last question. Here's the tiebreaker because I
Hum, hum,
actually
hum,
don't
hum,
know what
hum,
either
hum,
of you
hum,
got, but
Ready to
I had 9
brew.
questions in case AJ was going to show up. In a new trailer re-release, what video game character's
Oh,
3D
easy.
model has been adjusted as a result of poor audience reception?
So easy.
I
Let's
wasn't
see if
listening.
Mark can get.
What do you say?
What video game? I wasn't listening. Is that what the
Yeah,
question
what
is?
video game character's 3D model has been adjusted as a result of poor audience reception? So a new trailer came out. Same trailer as they released before, but the character is a little different.
Oh yeah, I saw it too.
I don't know anything
I've
about video
not-
games. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Good job! Look at that!
Is it really Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yeah.
Yep. Because before they had his mouth look like almost like a human mouth with
Yeah,
teeth
like with
and
human
stuff,
Oh.
and the eyes were sort of human looking. When they put them side by side, the old one that got slammed, and then the new one looks more like the character from the video
Yeah.
game. You're like, oh yeah, that's what he's supposed to look like.
Yep.
Yeah, it was weird. I'm not going to play it, or I mean, I didn't really play the game. I'm probably not going to see the movie, but I saw the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They're
I
getting a lot
never
of
saw
press.
any of it.
Weird.
Even Mark knew about it, so that says all.
Yeah.
So here's some Reddit stories. One of them is only tangentially related to the topic.
All right.
And then we'll talk about the actual topic. Let's see.
Tangential.
MDude04 wrote, years ago, I used to work at a tiny company in Queens. Hey, New York.
Hey,
New
that's
York.
It used to be a mail order operation, and to the amazement of everyone who's ever worked there, the owner managed to turn it into an online business without knowing a single thing about how to run an online business.
damn.
With that background, I was hired to be one of the 2, quote, tech people in the company. The other person basically only worked on keeping all the websites up and running, and I did anything else that required technical know-how, digital marketing, analytics, coding, etc. Anyway, so we had this platform from which we would send all of our email marketing campaigns, i.e. spam. I'd typically set up the campaigns, send a test version to the owner of the company and myself, and then send it out for real after he approved, which was usually after several rounds of this doesn't look right in my Outlook 2000 inbox. This was in 2010. And make that smaller, make that bigger, and can we change all of the products since they're all out of stock now? The test versions would automatically append test to the subject line of the email. So keeping in mind, this was several months after we started using this campaign platform, with many campaigns having deployed, one day I send out the test version of our latest email for the owner's approval. Next thing I know, he comes hurtling out of his office and down the hall to my desk. MDude04, did you just send out a campaign with test in the subject line? You didn't even send this one to me so I could approve it first. I just kind of looked at him and said, that was the test version for you to approve. And of course, rather than being a normal human and laughing it off, he just kind of went, "Oh, okay," with the tone of his voice suggesting that he didn't even believe me. Then he quietly walked away. 2 minutes later, I get his test email forwarded to me with one word: approved. This company somehow manages to gross over $1 million in annual revenue, or at least it did when I worked there, and I have a million stories like this. Good times.
Wow.
This one's not tangentially related. That's absolutely related, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
I
I would
mean,
say
sort of. This one is not really a story, just someone complaining. A Cinco toy 8 years ago wrote, "God, this annoys me so bad, and I'm not sure why. I find it incredibly rude. Users who send empty emails with their request for assistance in the subject line. I wind up having to resize my email client so I can see the entire subject or double-click the message to open it in a different window. I know, not a big deal, but for some reason it just pisses me right off. How could you possibly describe a problem in just the subject line anyway? Anytime I get an email like this, I feel like replying and saying, 'I'm sorry, however, it appears the text of your email did not make it through to us. Can you please try resending your email?'"
Something in the body, please.
Another person responded, "The other side of that is when they start a sentence in the subject and continue it in the body. Subject: I need help with. Body: my monitor."
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you just want to smack them.
Like if I'm typically for me, if I'm going to put a bunch of information in the subject, I just copy and paste it into the body as well, just to annoy people.
I will send, like, if it's just there's an email that I send most days. It's something like nothing arrives, and I blind copy a group, like a handful of people, department heads, so that they know you didn't get anything like this today. But that's all it says: no mail today, or no this today, and that's all the subject says. It doesn't say,
Yeah.
"Here's the story of my entire life that you need to know," and you have to open in a new window to see the whole subject.
Yeah.
Or in like my Outlook, because I've got everything snapped to a side of the screen, so my Outlook I can see very few words in any subject whatsoever. So I have to like highlight and scroll all the way across or open it in a new window. It's very annoying. So many people do it too. It's not even like I could call out if I wanted to specific people where we work. It's so many people. It just happens to be more work because I don't really get emails from anybody like anywhere else except work unless it's spam. And then you can't send that out because it gets marked as spam if a company were to do that.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
real
all you
fun.
need.
Cody was nervous about talking about this subject. He probably won't have
Yeah.
anything to contribute.
I don't have much to contribute other than I understand.
Well, like our Help Us Nightmares website says, we're here to make fun of everyone, including ourselves. So
Yeah, I don't have a lot of instances where people would put like their whole story in the subject and nothing else. But I do have a lot of times where I'll say in the subject line a person's name, and then in the body, can you give this person access to the mapping program? And then they'll email me back, what person? Who? Because they didn't read the freaking subject at the top of the email.
Oh yeah, we used to have that a lot. Where, well, sort of a situation like that where we have this content management system, and people would like be in a client's matter or whatever, and a person or a company's matter, and they would send an email from it, and they're working in that particular group, so they know who it's about, but they would indicate nowhere in it who this is about. So I would have to email them back. Who is this about? I don't know what this is for, who this is regarding. And
Exactly.
they would have to tell me, "Oh, I thought it would show you." Nope. Just because you could see it doesn't mean I can.
No.
And
No.
that remains to this day. That was years ago, and it still hasn't. Like, there's nothing indicating anywhere in it who it is. So people got wise to that eventually.
Fun.
Figured it out.
Yeah. That's always a blast.
But it
Got a
was
blast.
partly it was the content management system's problem, because for the longest time they just wanted to have everything. It's probably easier on the coding side, on the back end, to have everything originate from within that program. So there would be like its own window, and it would send email sort of through Outlook, but it have to
Yeah.
connect in a really weird back end way, and it didn't always work right and whatever. Now they just have a plugin, like I asked them to do for years, just to plug in an Outlook, and you can connect it to whatever you need to connect it to, whatever file you need to connect it to. They
Yeah.
finally did that when everyone else has been doing that for years.
Yeah, we use we have an internal program written for our inventory. So if I pull up a printer or I pull up a PC or whatever, and I have to call it in for, like, if the printer needs cleaning or needs a repair, I can just hit a create service, and you fill out the form, and then it generates an email automatically to our service company that services our printers. And
Yeah.
that works out really nice. It works perfectly fine every single time. And the coder, the guy that made it, actually, every time you generate an email for a repair, you guys have watched Futurama, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, there's a line from Fry. Well, it's Leela goes, they've blown out one of our engines, and Fry goes, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it.
Yeah.
He says it like a whole bunch of times. That plays every time we generate one of those emails.
Oh my gosh.
It's awesome. I love it.
I love that.
Fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it.
We
Yeah,
need something
That's
cool
pretty
like that,
cool.
Mark.
it's awesome.
I mean, we sit in offices next to each other. I don't know that we would both hear it necessarily. We'd have to do it on both of our computers.
True.
Yeah,
So
it's awesome.
there you go. If you want the help desk not to hate you, don't send the entirety of your email in the subject line.
Exactly.
Or
It's
if you
okay
want
if you do.
anyone not to hate you, because I don't think anybody would enjoy that. It's very
No.
inconvenient.
No. Yeah, no, it sucks. Because then you open the email expecting to see more instead of reading the entire subject line.
Yeah.
You're looking down and you're like, why is this blank? Just a signature? What the hell?
I find it funny. I've done it before, but I don't really do it now. I just delete like our signatures automatically insert when we reply or whatever. You can change it if you
Yeah.
want. But anyway, I'll remove that and I'll just reply inline in a different color or something. But it makes me laugh when people say see below. I think Cody did the other day, see below, and then he puts his responses in there. If it's a different color, you can easily tell. I didn't type that in red. That must be Cody's notes.
Well, the problem though is that when people start doing it and it compounds exponentially, so you have one person doing a color and then another person does another color and then another person does another color, and it's like, holy moly, I can't keep up
We
with
should
it.
just make a Google Doc at that point, and it can show
Yeah.
you who the editor was.
Another one of my favorites
Yeah.
is when Mark emails someone or I email someone and they refer back as the opposite person. So like I'll email someone and I'll be like, thanks, Mark. Mark will email someone, thanks, Cody.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
Yeah, I don't know why though. It just does.
Funny.
That's funny though.
Real funny. Here are some.
Yahoo's?
No. November 12th of what year did Microsoft declare tablets are the future? Bill Gates demonstrates a functional prototype of a tablet PC. Microsoft claims the tablet PC will represent the next major evolution in PC design and functionality. However, the tablet PC initiative never really takes off, and it isn't until Apple introduces the iPad 10 years later that tablet computing is widely adopted. In my opinion, this person writing, Microsoft's failure with the tablet PC initiative was threefold. First, they simply tried to adapt Windows, an operating system designed for use with a keyboard and mouse, for use with a touchscreen pen interface. Users never really warmed up to the awkwardly hybrid interface. Second, by their own words, they were incorporating the convenient and intuitive aspects of pencil and paper into the PC experience. Rather than innovating, it appears that Microsoft was moving backwards by trying to graft an older program onto a computer. It's one thing to create an app or peripheral that mimics pencil and paper. It's another to base an entire tech initiative around it. Finally, Microsoft left the design of the hardware to their OEM partners, most of whom are not especially well known for innovative designs. Most tablet PCs were considered too big, too heavy, and too expensive, plus they required pen stylus was prone to loss. All of these factors left many tablet PCs collecting dust if they were sold at all. We definitely had one, a Microsoft tablet. We never used it. It was very inconvenient.
Yeah, it was rough.
What year did Microsoft declare tablets are the future?
Dave, I'm gonna let you go first on this one because I have no idea.
Yeah, I sort of remember. I'm trying to remember where I was working at the time, because that'll help me narrow down. Gonna say 1999. Somewhere around there, I think.
I'm gonna say 2006.
One of you
Wow.
is 1 year off. The
Ooh.
correct answer is 2000.
What? Good job. I don't
So
know why I
Cody
thought
went
it was a lot
over.
later.
Yeah,
Oh, way over.
And Dave was almost correct.
yeah, because it was. I was working.
Breaking news.
Mark's just like, nope. You can't tell your story.
Yeah, no stories for Dave. What was your story?
No, I was just gonna say I remember sort of reading about the tablets, and I'm like, I don't know if Windows will work on a tablet because I thought about the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
you really need a keyboard and mouse to work that operating system.
Well, it
So-
didn't. It didn't work.
And it's not working.
And then they made Windows 8, and they were like, it's the same.
Sucks.
It's you put a tablet now. You put a tablet on a PC. Nobody wants that. Nobody likes
Yeah.
that.
So you can like touch with your mouse.
Windows
Tiles.
is,
Ooh, great. Live tiles. What year was Ethernet born? November 11th of this year. As invented by Robert Metcalf and David Boggs, an Ethernet network functions for the first time. From its humble beginnings as a research project at Xerox PARC, Ethernet has developed into the de facto standard for business and home networking.
I'm
In
gonna
what
say
year?
1989.
That's actually not bad.
Oh, thank you.
Hmm.
The last one you didn't say it wasn't bad, so you assumed it was very bad.
But I think it's earlier than that. Let me think, because I started there. They already were on that, so I'm gonna go earlier. I'm gonna go like 1982. 19, yeah,
No.
2.
Both over.
Ooh.
Wow.
Um,
1974.
1973.
The correct answer is
So excited.
1973.
Oh,
What
That's
the heck,
right.
Dave?
hot dig. Well, it was a second guess, so
You are good
killing it, yo.
Bum, 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 on the first one.
on my life.
Isn't that fun?
Fun.
Ethernet. Who knew?
I received it.
Oh, there's a picture. I can't send it to you, but of the original concept. It was weird. He did just like a drawing of it
Oh,
on paper.
oh, the original Ethernet design or whatever.
Yeah.
Cool.
Only I can see that.
Yahoo!
Yahoo Answers user Anonymous will call. Veronica asks,
Veronica.
I put my vape pen in the dryer on accident.
Continue.
So I put
More
my vape pen
information.
in the dryer for about 20 minutes before I realized it, and the dryer was on high heat. I was afraid it could make it explode. I ran and immediately stopped the dryer. I picked it out with a piece of clothing because I knew it would be hot, and it was. I'm letting it cool down, but should I be afraid of using it and get a new one? It's the Views vape pen, the ones you can buy the battery part for $1 at the store. I just don't want to get disfigured trying to hit my vape pen after it cools down because I heard of these things exploding. On the other hand,
Yeah.
I've been thinking of quitting, and I don't want to run down all the way to the store for this damn contraption. What do you guys think? Yahoo Answers.
Jesus. Well, if it's a freaking dollar, I'd say toss it.
Yeah, go spend $1.
Yeah. Go
Yeah.
spring the $1 and get a new one. You won't have to worry about it. And
Treat
you know,
yourself.
probably costs more than $1 to type that question out and use the
Yeah,
electricity.
Yeah, there's not a
Yeah.
reason to roll the dice on disfiguring yourself.
It's a whole dollar. Maybe I should just try hitting this vape pen. Well, I don't know. I don't want to waste it.
Yeah,
Dollar.
silly
I've
Veronica,
never-
how dare you?
Freaking dollar.
Yahoo Answers user Anonymous will call. Yoshi asks, is Super Mario a washed up forgotten video game character in your opinion?
No,
No.
not in my house.
No, I think he's still good. I just think it's a silly question. I feel like he's still profiting Nintendo millions and millions of dollars.
Are they still
Yeah, he's
making
like their
Mario games?
spokesperson. Well, yeah, absolutely. My son,
Mhm.
my kids play them all the time, so I happen to I see that. And I mean, you know, like the Super Smash Brothers is all the different characters from all the Nintendo games, like ever.
Mhm.
So he's in there and he's prominent in there. And there's Super Mario. There's a game maker where you can make your own level designs. With Mario, there's a second one just came out. There's Mario World, Mario Party. Yeah, he's got tons of games.
I don't play video games, as you can
your
tell.
Are your kids getting the new Pokemon?
They're not tremendous Pokemon fans, but
Mm.
they probably will if it's like really popular.
Okay. I'm picking mine up on Friday.
Oh, fancy.
Nice. You guys can compare notes if they play it.
Yeah.
Yay!
Like that one time that Cody told me. Did you say it on the podcast when Dave wasn't here, Cody? Yeah.
Yeah, that I tried to play with Dave, but then when I
that's
finally
right.
got in, he had to go.
I had to leave.
I was like, man, I'm in game. He's like, oh, actually,
Yeah, I felt
your
bad.
wife needed something or something along those lines.
I don't remember what it was, but yeah, I'm like, all right. I'm like, oh crap, I have to go. Actually, the next time you want to play, the server I'm on now, I just actually bought a vehicle, so I can, wherever you are, I have the money. I can come pick you up, and
Nice.
we can play together if you want.
That's awesome. I mean, it took me like an hour to get into the server you were on before, so hopefully you're still on the same server.
No, this one's a different one. It's a lot less it's a lot less populated than the other one. So it's a lot easier to get into. I never have an issue. I don't go in a queue. You just go in and you're that's it. You're on.
Hey Dave, did you find your D&D dice?
No.
In
still
all
not
of your
found it.
garbage that
That's
you
something I
told
wanna
us
look
is
up.
sitting around your desk.
I know. When I actually started, I started. Oh, I think it was either when we were playing D&D or when we were playing, or during one of the other podcasts. I started taking crap paperwork from my desk and just making a pile of don't need that anymore. Don't need that anymore. I still have that pile, but I got to. When I'm done doing that, I'm going to empty every drawer, and I'm going to throw all the old tech out. It's weird. I got watches. I got I got a lot of stuff up here.
That's
I
fine.
am
Nuts.
blown away, Mark. I thought you were kidding that it's $10 for all of the dice, but
No, literally, I got 6 packs of dice for like $10.
yeah,
Wow.
I
On
don't
Amazon.
understand why on Amazon they're all like put in a phallic shape. Like
What
they're
is?
displayed in a phallic way.
That's weird.
I did not see that. Yahoo Answers
Maybe I'll
user
buy new ones.
Derek asks, "Is a UHD TV the same as a 4K TV?"
It is actually.
It's not a bad question though.
Mm-hmm.
to
I think
be fair.
it's FHD. Actually, is because what's
Yeah,
in between FHD? So full HD is 1080p.
1080p. Yeah, regular
What's-
HD is 720. Full HD is 1080p. And then
Uh,
above that, I forget the letters.
Yeah, I
for
don't
that.
know what the 2K one is, but UHD is 4K. What is 2K resolution called? It is called 2K. Thanks, Google.
Jeez. What do you call 2K resolution? 2K.
Oh, QHD.
Cool. Some people are saying, in its correct usage, true 4K refers to 4096 by 2160, which was first introduced in digital cinemas. UHD refers to 3840 by 2160. Basically, it's
Well,
the same.
They're purists.
Yeah,
they're
it's the same. It's
purists.
still at 2160p. You're fine. Yes. It's for your purposes, Derek, it's the same.
Derek.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Derek.
Yeah, come on, Derek.
Yahoo Answers user Sen with 2 N's asks, "What does it mean when you call on a iPhone and it says user busy before the phone rings one time?"
You're busy before the phone. I don't
Are
know
they marked-
anything about iPhone, so
Are they marked as is there like a do not disturb mode?
It probably means they got blocked.
You're trying to
So
be
hopefully
nice
it's not
about
like
it.
your mom or grandma or something.
Yeah, really.
I don't really know. I have blocked people, but I don't know that I've been blocked, so I don't know exactly what it sounds like, but I don't. I mean, it's
Can
not going to
you
tell you,
block
you've been
me
blocked.
real quick, and I'll call you.
Yes, I can.
You've been
You actually
blocked
can?
forever.
Yeah, it's going to take me a second to get to it. Na 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 na. Hold on.
Testing.
Not yet. Not yet. Don't do it yet.
I actually
Tell me
tested.
when to test.
I tested the phone blocking feature of my home phone, my landline, and because whenever I get a robocall, I hit a couple buttons and it adds it to a block. So the phone will light up when they're trying to call, but then it just says caller blocked. So I temporarily blocked myself because I wanted to know what they heard. Does it go to voicemail? But it rings like once for them, and then it just goes to like silence. I don't know if it like picks the phone up and leaves it on mute or something. Like I don't know what it is, but I called my home when I was
this
blocked,
caller.
and it rings, and then I just hear dead air,
Okay, you're blocked, Cody.
Okay.
Ooh. Call him.
Oh crap! I called the wrong number.
1-800.
Cars for Kids.
Hi, this is Mark. Leave a message.
Nothing's happening at all.
It's ringing.
Don't show the phone number on the screen.
Oh crap!
It probably doesn't say it.
I think it did.
I think it's connected with Hangouts somehow.
I love Hangouts.
I wonder if it just rings forever. Nope. Nope. Sorry.
Oh, it-
Sorry. Beep.
The
That
Twitch
was my
stream
bad,
can
Mark.
hear it. I don't know why. I definitely blocked you, but probably because the number's connected to Hangouts, it just is going to play through that instead. I'm not blocking you in 2 locations. I don't even know how to use Hangouts.
I use it all the time.
Google Hangouts. How do I get rid of it? No clue.
They are going to be bundling all the Hangouts and Duo and all that crap together. So eventually, but I actually use Hangouts all the time. It's just little chat groups with my family. I have like one with just my kids,
My wife.
and then one for my wife. That's loud.
You know what I don't like about Google, and I don't know if iPhones do this, but I recently found out that every single photo I've ever taken has been uploaded to Google Drive.
Yeah. That's how they
Even
switched it over.
photos
That's where
that-
it's storing that in
that-
its own thing.
Yeah,
I turn
even
that
though,
off immediately.
yeah, photos definitely should not have been uploaded to Google Drive. So I'm glad I discovered it before some small child grabbed my phone.
To go to Google Drive.
To go to photos, it's just in the photos. I don't use photos. I use Gallery. Which
Ew.
is like,
Well,
yeah.
the gallery is your local copy. Photos is the one that syncs with up on the
I
cloud.
need to get a new phone. My phone is
25
bugging
years
out.
old.
At like 20%, it just starts not working. Like
Oh,
it
yeah, that's
takes
how
about
the,
4 or 5
um,
seconds.
the Nexus 6P was for a while.
Yeah.
It'd be like you'd have 30% and then it's like shutting down. You have no battery left. What are you talking about? You said 30%.
Yeah.
That was awful. Yahoo Answers user Jonathan asks, why won't my phone charge? All of a sudden, my phone won't hold a charge for barely any time. Then, when I plug it in for the most part, it will, if anything, keep the charge at, this is really weirdly written. For the most part, it will, if anything, keep the charge at the percent it's at, or will increase extremely slow. But the lightning bolt next to the battery is always on, but usually doesn't do anything, just is dying. This started out of nowhere and was working just fine right before this. Anybody know what's new going on?
Holy moly. I don't know what the heck they asked for.
His phone won't charge.
Well-
He doesn't know why. He gets
Okay.
the lightning bolt, but
It could be a lot of things. If you can replace the battery, if that's the case, cool. You can also I don't know about on iPhones, but on Android, I've done this before. You can recalibrate your battery. I've done that a couple of times. Usually not. I don't want to do it every day or anything. I think I did it twice since I've had this phone over the past year. It's supposed to extend the battery life. The app will completely drain the battery like down to nothing, and then you plug it in, let it charge up, and then it'll like reboot it or something. It takes like an hour, and it just does it all automatically for you. And it's supposed to extend your life. So he may need to recalibrate. Maybe he could be the type of person that leaves his phone plugged in all the time, and the battery is now building up a memory of dying quickly or something.
it could
my
be
guess.
it could be the cable's gone bad too. You could check
That could
that,
be.
or like if it's something that you like a USB plug into the wall unit, then that could be bad. We have some cords, and especially for iPads at our office, some cords or some power units that actually plug into the wall don't have enough juice to power an iPad. They can power maybe a phone, but they can't do an iPad, so the iPad will never charge and will continue to lose battery, shit like that. So try a bunch of
wrong
stuff
amperage.
and figure it out.
Yeah, it's the wrong amperage on those.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So try it out. Even the ones that have like multiple, one specifically says tablet and one says phone, and you got to use the right one because it's like it says that for a reason. So do that. Yahoo Answers user Anonymous will call. Chris Kringle asks,
Hey, Kringle.
I am on a very tight budget this Christmas. What are the best of the cheaper TV brands?
Cheaper.
I've been
What's in it?
seeing was a TCL.
Yeah, TCL's not bad if you like the Roku OS interface.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Vizio's now, it was the cheaper brand, and now they're going up a little bit in price. I don't know. I haven't really priced them out, but they were the cheap brand, but they've really,
They've upped their
become nice
quality and
TVs.
they're a bit more expensive now
Yeah.
than they were for sure.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm loving that every Black Friday or Thanksgiving season, the TV prices stay about the same in terms of like the big deals are like $350, $250, but the size goes up by 5 inches, 5 to 10 inches every year. So now it's like 65-inch TVs, 4K for $250. I'm like, this is insane.
That's insane.
Yeah, we
Next
really want
year-
an OLED, but at the size we want,
Yeah.
it's like $3,000.
Yeah, OLEDs are insane. I would love one.
Someday.
They're really nice. You got to have to be able to turn off the whatever that's called, the motion stuff, the soap
Oh,
opera
yeah.
effect.
Mhm.
I hate
You
that.
have to turn that. I can't
Yeah,
stand
it's
it.
awful.
I would never buy a TV with that on it.
Yeah, I hate it. Or where you couldn't turn it off at least. Yahoo
Or when you-
Answers
right, yeah.
user Anonymous will call Wendy asks, what do you miss the most about the day when cell phones didn't exist?
I missed crime, being able to commit a crime. No, I'm trying to
hmm.
think. I'd have to say,
It was nice when you could go somewhere and no one could get a hold of you. Like if that's what you wanted, now everyone can get a hold of you at all times unless you just
Yeah.
leave your phone at home. But then I don't feel safe if like my car breaks down. So that wasn't nice. If I'm
Yeah.
stranded
Exactly.
somewhere and I can't get a hold of anyone whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess
It was nice when all my private data was not being farmed by giant corporations.
True.
But
it
the
was nice not
communication
being
factor.
being inundated with ads all the
Yeah.
time, and people's Instagram feeds, having their avocado salad as whatever the hell they're doing.
Yeah,
I
it was
Which
nice
I
when
love, by the way.
was
It's
gonna
good,
say I
but-
just had one tonight. Okay.
Oh.
it was nice when I could talk about something, and then when I looked at Instagram, I did not see ads for it. 5 minutes
Yeah.
later.
Yes, seriously.
Yep. So
I mean-
that aspect, sure.
Part of me actually likes that. I think.
But
like a
there's
really nice
isn't that in a
little-
movie? I can't remember what it was. Maybe Minority Report or something like that. I in my mind I get Minority Report and Vanilla Sky, though they're very different plots and very different movies, confused.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Minority
anyway.
Report would. I don't know.
It
Maybe.
was like you walk around and the advertisement specifically says your name, like you're walking out in public and stuff is saying your name.
Yeah.
And,
That was definitely Minority Report. I only saw a couple of scenes of Vanilla Sky, but in Minority Report, he had that Chinese guy's eyeball put in his
oh
eye
yeah,
because he wanted to hide his identity, and they're like, "Oh, welcome, Mr. Kwan.
yeah.
Do you want to buy more of the same slacks you bought last week?" When he walked in the store. Yeah,
Huh.
that was
That's funny. We're not far from that now. Turns out.
No, actually scary. No, we're not.
Our last Yahoo Answers question was written by Yahoo Answers user Anonymous. We'll call Bethany, who asks, how to make time go faster. I'm bored at work.
Time
machine.
Do your work. That's typically my response.
Some people I've heard
something like
work
that.
on their D&D game mastering.
Just a theory, though, right?
So I've heard that that's possible. If you wanted to
I
do
listen. I always listen to music at work. I have, even if it's low in the background, I always have music playing. I find that when it's not playing, time seems to drag. So I guess that would be what I would say. Put on your favorite music. Don't bother anybody in the office. Just loud enough for you to hear it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what I do.
What about you, Cody?
Don't daydream. Daydream will make your day go slower.
Mm,
So avoid daydreaming is your
Yes.
suggestion?
point.
Avoid daydreaming. Avoid thinking about what you're gonna do after work. It's
Rrr,
not worth it.
rrr, rrr.
Hey, that's my normal voice.
I
No, it is not.
received it.
So what do I fuck with this week then? This brings us to what do
Yeah.
you fuck with this week? I fuck with our next D&D session. So there's going to be, Cody and Dave don't know this yet, but my brother-in-law is going to join
What
us
the
because he
heck?
wants to play, and none of his friends will actually get together for a session to do it. So he's going to Skype in and play. Hopefully our Skype can handle it.
Cool.
He's going to play, AJ will play, Dave and Cody have said they'll play, and he might
And I have-
have the brother-in-law might have a friend named Paul who will potentially play. I don't know if that's actually happening, but
And then my
so the
friend
party's going to be
Rachel's
pretty
gonna
big.
Play next week. Yeah. So
The
we're
next
gonna
time we
have
do it?
so many people. Yeah, we're gonna have 100 people.
So
Actually,
it's fine
it's
that
funny. I have a friend also that is not like ready to play or anything like that, but he plays every week with friends. So if he had the time, he would definitely play if we can schedule it. And even if it's like one session, he
yeah.
comes in and gets killed or whatever. That's like guest players. That's awesome.
Yeah, the way that I'm trying to set it up now is the people in Charcoal Gray. By the time this is out, that'll be out. It seems like it's pretty easy that anybody could just step in and they're part of the party now, and maybe they're from a different team or whatever, or they're a villain and we've got to kill them. So I'm trying to set it
Yeah.
up easily for that. So if we have people that want to come in and out, it can be the core people, and then whoever else wants to come in and out can still do
That'd
it.
be pretty cool.
Even recurring if they end up doing it once and then can't do it the next 2 or 3 times or whatever. That's fine. So that'll be fun. I've plotted out some of the first part of the adventure already, and that's going to be fun. I was telling them, by them I mean you two people that I'm talking to right now, but for the podcast, I was telling Dave and Cody that there's this website that you can type in like what's your class, what's your race, and then what level you are, and it'll just lay out for you per the D&D starter rules or whatever what is supposed to happen at that, instead of let me look through the book for every single thing, and it takes a long time to pull it all together. That website has been down all day, and I don't know if it's ever coming back up, so it just doesn't resolve anymore. It was very convenient to just put that in, what level are you now, and the next one, what's going to happen, and what are the things that you get. So, I don't know how to make something like that, or I would do it, but whoever that was.
I'm going to find out from my friend. He told me he uses this app, and all the guys there use it on their phones or tablets. He was trying to tell me about it, and I tried looking it up by what he told me. I got to find out the name of it. I downloaded a couple just to try, and one called Complete Reference, and another one called 5th Edition Character Sheet. And they let you can like roll dice, and you can go. It's a lot of the rules, but I really didn't go through it that much. But they're not the right ones. He said it was something different. But if I find out that name, he says it's a great app, so I'll find out what it is. I think it's like $1 on the Play Store. Or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's definitely worth it.
Totally, we got to get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cody, what do you fuck with this week? I mess
Pokemon.
with. Hey guys, I'm Cody. I mess with going to church.
Golly gee.
If I ever say that, there's something significantly wrong. You know that.
I mess with being straight edge and a real cool guy.
I am pretty straight edge. So let's be real. I like
Pretty
to think.
fly.
Yep, I'm pretty fly.
Got a blast.
Yeah, that's about all I mess with. You nailed it. I'm gonna be playing some Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
Story of my life.
I gotta write down some like voices, because that could easily be an NPC on D&D. The Cody voice that I just did.
Hey guys.
Like
Hey,
Squidward or
guys.
something.
Let's go.
Yeah, right.
Dave, what do you fuck with?
Squidward.
Oh, probably not too much. Not going anywhere this weekend, so that'll be nice. I think I'm playing D&D on Sunday.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think much is going on this week. It's a quiet week. Not traveling. I'll probably buy some beer that I'll have on our podcast. Maybe I'll try to find something new, or I'll just get my Dragon's Milk, which I freaking love.
Oh yeah, that's great. I love that.
God, it's so good.
Yeah.
I haven't had it in like 2 months, actually. Now that I was thinking about it, I haven't bought it in a while. Yeah, but really not much going on. Try to watch a movie. I started watching season 2 of Jack Ryan. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like that show. That's really
it
good.
is. It stays pretty good. I haven't finished the season, what's out already for the season, but
And
I don't know if they
someone
put the whole one in
recommended to me something called Living with Myself.
huh?
It's Paul Rudd.
Yeah, I started watching that.
Oh, you
Oh,
did?
on
Yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
There's not that many episodes. It was real weird, but it was pretty good.
Okay, cool. That's good to know.
I
It
like
sounds
Paul
it's
Rudd.
up my
too.
alley.
Yeah,
Owning and shit and like weird, whatever.
yeah, he does a good job.
Yeah.
I'm listening to a podcast. It's not for everyone because everybody doesn't know who this was, but there used to be a podcast on Earwolf called Rana and Beverly. And then it just like one day, a couple of years ago, just they stopped making it, and they didn't tell anybody why, and they didn't say if they were ever coming back or not. But they're like, I don't know, middle-aged ladies who pretend that they're like older Jewish ladies and whatever. So that's probably why. Maybe that shtick got old. Anyway, so she still pretends that, like, the lady's name is Jessica Chafin, and she still pretends like she's this lady, Rana. And so anyway, another guy that's on a podcast I listen to is on this with her, and it's pretty good if you're into that.
This is.
Dave's got to sign a permission slip.
Yeah, no, I gotta.
Did you read
actually,
it, or did you just sign your life away?
No, I was at work. I was at work, and our basically like our accounting office called me and said, back in 2012 or so, they issued a check to me for it was reimbursement for, I think, travel for a training class I went to, and they said I'd never cashed the check. I told them I didn't even remember getting it, so they mailed me a new check, and I just got it. So that's
Nice.
$80. Cool.
We've had experiences with that.
I went into the city, and that was fun. So long ago.
$80 isn't that much, but I've known people who like will hold on to checks like, you don't need this $500. I'll take it. Give it to me.
Yeah, really.
Fun times. All right. I'm going to fix this outro when I get to editing these episodes, because this one still says Cody's a patron. You've been listening to Help Desk Nightmares on the Halfway Network. Help Desk Nightmares is created by Mark E., Cody T., with Dave G. and AJ Y. It is edited by Mark. It is produced by Mark, as well as our patrons, Austin, AJ, Fake Cayman, and Diana. Nope, not Fake Cayman anymore. If you like the show, for others like it, check out halfwaynetwork.com. Leave us a review on iTunes so other people can find the show. Follow us on Instagram at Help Desk Nightmares. If you want to support the show even more, you can visit patreon.com/helpdesknightmares. And our website is back. And maybe I'll remember to give Dave our script so he can do his voiceover stuff, because his voice is much lower than mine.
Thank you. Help Desk Nightmares.